So yeah, are you ready to Lil Nas X it up?
No.
Lil Nas X gonna give it to you?
That's better.
That's better?
Today we're going to be talking about the latest 7 EP from Lil Nas X.
How little is this guy? How little are we talking about?
I heard Lil Nas X is under 4 foot.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So we can beat him up.
Yes.
That's how. Oh, so this album's not very good then. This EP's not very good based on my standards. If I can beat that person up, it's not a good record. That's why Gunna wasn't good, because I could beat Gunna up based on the standards of that record.
I could. Never mind.
Isn't that a good scale?
Yes. Gunna sleeping with the fishes. Lil Nas X is an Atlanta MC. Go figure, the latest in the long line of Atlanta MCs. But you might know him from his hit viral song Old Town Road, which kind of spawned out of the Yeehaw Challenge meme on TikTok, which you like drink water and that's just like
you turn
cowboy water or something.
Regular thoughts turned into Yeehaw thoughts. It was really innovative meme.
And then people would appear with like gigantic foam cowboy hats and this song would be playing.
It's truly 2019's version of Crank That Soulja Boy. That's essentially what it was. Even though there wasn't like a dance attached to it, it was essentially the same thing. Same type of viral hit.
The song kind of unironically climbed its way to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, and it also was on the top of the country charts, but it was removed by the country gods.
Brad Paisley's like, no, can't allow it.
The country gods, there's 2 of them so far. There's, what's his name?
The guy from The Voice?
No, not Luke Bryan. Dale Earnhardt is on the country. He's a country god.
Who's the other one?
I'm trying to think. What's his name?
Does he have him?
Dale
Earnhardt Jr.?
No, he's still alive.
Do you have to be dead?
Hank Williams is the other one.
I really like Dale Earnhardt's last country album where he's literally just revving up his engine to various pitches. So on April 16th, it was announced he made the remix with Billy Ray Cyrus in April, and on April 16th, it was announced that he broke Drake's record for the most US streams in 1 week, which was very surprising. This is essentially a novelty track for what it was.
Yeah,
because like even when we're talking about it during the playlist, I didn't think Lil Nas X's future was in this. Like, it would be interesting if there was a future in this, but I don't think that's what he was really going for. I thought this was more of just like fucking around, and it just somehow became a hit.
I think that his genius video he did over Old Town Road kind of cleared a lot of that up.
Yeah. But the song, recently he's been getting into a lot of trouble as well. Apparently he has some like Islamophobic tweets on like an old account. It's really weird what people are canceling on Twitter for. I've seen stuff canceling him out because he's gay, maybe, or maybe because he's not gay. I don't know. I don't think that really matters. I just think it's really stupid. Also, he has some nudes leaking. I don't know why you want to cancel someone over their nudes unless they're distasteful nudes.
A lot of people have nudes leaking.
And then also, there's another big one. So, like, there's the Islamophobic tweets. The fact that, which is, like, it's a bad thing, but also at the same time, he's not going to be canceled over it. And I also think he's such a young person that I feel like he doesn't have enough exposure to that type of stuff, if it's even true, if those tweets are even his.
I couldn't find anything.
And then also, what was the last thing? People are mad at him because he was running a Nicki Minaj stan account. And that's also at the same time, recently he like made a joke about Nicki Minaj. So people were saying he's being untrue to himself or some bullshit. I was just like, what does this have to do with fucking anything? But I think it's really interesting. I thought his Twitter account, for the most part, it was like memey, but it also seemed like he was like down to earth in some extent, that he was able to point the figure at him and stuff.
It was funny.
How he was like posting the track list of 7. It was all just remixes of Old Town Road or instrumentals, or the fact that he was posting a bunch of memes saying people that he can't make a song over 3 minutes and then have like a reaction meme attached to it with like a cringe face. But I was interested going into this because I just didn't know what it was going to be. And then Painini came out, and I like it. It's just short. It's like
it definitely could have benefited from more verses. I also think that it was kind of cheesy, where he was like, "Panini, why are you such a meanie?"
Yeah,
and then also Kurt Cobain got writing credits on it because it kind of sounds like In Bloom, but
Well, Trent Reznor also got a writing credit because they sampled Nine Inch Nails. So
really,
yeah, you didn't know that?
no. Why did they? No, wait. Why did he get a credit? That's dumb.
He got because it samples a Nine Inch Nails song.
I don't think he deserves it. I don't like Trent Reznor.
You don't like Trent Reznor?
No.
I think he also got put on the Billboard top 10 for producers because he got that writing and production credit.
That's dumb.
I think that's really funny, actually.
I don't think that he should have credited that. That's neither here nor there, but I don't think either of them should have been credited because Trent Reznor is a different thing, but crediting Kurt Cobain with writing credits on Painini because it kind of sounds like that. I understand covering your ass so you don't get in trouble, but also he doesn't deserve that.
Yeah, Kurt Cobain's dead. What is he gonna do with the money?
Yeah.
Where do you think Kurt Cobain's money just go to those foundation, or not his foundation? What is it called?
Tombstone?
Yeah, they just put dollar bills on his tombstone. Or they make they did what they did for
great.
X. They just built him a giant mausoleum.
That's crazy.
But it gets bigger and bigger as time goes on because more money gets put
It's
out.
a free-to-play game where you can keep expanding X's mausoleum.
But yeah, Panini, it reminds on the hook at least with kind of the flat chorus vocals. Reminds me a lot of Post Malone.
That was the In Bloom section.
That was the In Bloom section.
Yeah.
It reminds me a lot of Dave Grohl. But for the most part, going over this thing, I think Lil Nas X is trying to go over a bunch of different styles and seeing what really sticks, trying to not narrow himself down into this gimmick of country rap. I don't know if that's something he really wants to do with the rest of his career, but it's, at least I think with the country rap stuff, it's better than some of the pop rock he does on here. Because I think tracks like Family, You and Me, and Closure are just not really that interesting. They're not terrible because there's nothing fundamentally wrong with them. It's just why are you making pop rock?
It was a little off-putting when I heard that because it's kind of weird when somebody only has one song really under their belt and it's something that's never been seen before, and then all of a sudden we're going into an EP which has a bunch of different styles in it. I can't blame him for making the stuff that he did. I can't blame him for Family or Closure. They both not offensively bad, but they are just a little off-putting and kind of weird to have on here because they're not good either. They're not good rock tracks and they're not good rap tracks.
Yeah,
they're not groundbreaking really in any way. But I can't say that they're the worst thing that I've heard all year. And some part of me actually does kind of enjoy the weird novelty of hearing it.
When we do get to more traditional hip hop with Kick It, I think more Lil Nas's character stands out on the track and the lyricism talking about his upcoming and how this guy just wants to smoke with him and befriend him because he's famous, and then he kind of turns around and it's since you won't smoke with me, I don't like you anymore. I think it's really funny, and its lyricism and its approach. And I think it's making this idea of the upcoming and fame more Lil Nas X's in a time when we're getting a lot of hip hop tracks about the upcoming and fame. Rodeo, I think, is a standout moment on here, but I also think it could have done without the Cardi B feature where she's talking about her favorite channel's Lifetime or something like that.
Yeah,
it's just it's stupid.
I feel like Cardi B added a lot of validation to this project and this track, but I also don't.
I think anyone else in this spot would have added validation. Anyone else.
I'm saying Cardi B is one of the biggest artists right now, and having her approve of your music is gonna help you in the long run.
But I also feel her verse is just killing time.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of dumb.
She has had moments in her career where she's actually have attempted to try. Her Blueface Tatiana remix. She's fucking hilarious on this. This it just reminds me oh, it gives me a lot of downtime to think about how she just a terrible person. And I don't know, I just feel it's not terrible, but also I just feel there's nothing there. It's the one joke I got out of it was the Lifetime joke, and even that was just kind of cringy.
Yeah.
And then kind of, there really isn't anything else. Old Town Road's on here. That's a fine track, the remix. But even then, I like the song. I wish there was more to it. I wish Painini had another verse. Painini. I wish it had a maker section, not just a panini. We need a panini maker. So we can make more paninis.
The character from Chowder. I think that's seriously what it was.
Lil Nas X just needs to do a remix of I'm not your boyfriend, not your boyfriend, not your boyfriend. But there really isn't too much to this. I think he's going for a bunch of different styles. You get some more traditional hip hop. You get this yeehaw rap. Going back to Rodeo, what I really like about that is it's not really more country rap comparative to Old Town Road, but it reminds me a lot of what I liked about the instrumentation of Travis Scott's Rodeo, where it's kind of mixing psychedelic rock with hip hop, and that's kind of why the production. I don't think he needs to do the whole entire yeehaw stick, but I think it works. I think it works as a gimmick that can come up more as a novelty every once in a while. But I wish he would go for more hip-hop centric moments, because the pop rap really isn't working, even though I don't think his vocals are that bad. I think he does have shiny moments. Old Town Road, Rodeo, I think he does shine out with like good vocal performances. I just think there really isn't. It's a lot of different styles of him trying to find his character, and some moments hit, some moments don't. I think the thing that shines out the most is him when he does get a chance to like actually have a verse and not really do like a singy song type deal. It works because his character shines through, and I think he seems pretty funny throughout the entirety of this. I just wish he got a chance to show out his character. I wish he had a more stable producer. I wish there was a couple more features on here, and I wish a lot of these songs were more fuller length, because the song, even like the more fuller length tracks like Closure, Family, they just feel like they're a bit too long, and they're just kind of grasping to this edge of just like, okay, let's try to get to 3 minutes, and then it's like, oh, we don't have enough material, stop here. But yeah, this isn't terrible. It's just a start, and I think I just have to rate it as that. So keep in mind that all scores are futile and meaningless. Right now I'm feeling like a 5 on this, with a gold star, because I feel like he does have a career. This is just some of the stuff on here isn't that career.
Yeah, I agree with some of the points there. I also not sure I agree with some of them. I like Lil Nas X as a character. I think he's really funny, especially like on Twitter, which I know is under fire, but I still think it's hilarious. Like, he makes a lot of good memes on there. I also, while I was listening to this, and I was talking about this a little bit earlier, before we started airing, while I was listening to this, I couldn't help but think that Lil Nas X is basically the latest in the long line of like viral rappers ever since Soulja Boy came out with Crank That Soulja Boy, a true classic. And then we had tons of other like one hit wonders, dare I say. I really hate that term, but like Designer released Panda. That's another huge one I could think of back in 2016 due to like Kanye West's hand in that, and he blew up. But what Designer and Soulja Boy could not do, and even somebody like Bobby Shmurda, which we joke about a lot, like he didn't do this, or Speaker Knockers didn't do this. Like, release a good full-length project, or like at least release some sort of project after their success in their one song that would like at least keep their relevancy. Like, we look at Designer, and he just waited way too long to release something after Panda that would have kept his relevancy. And even when he did, it wasn't good. The other only song I can think of from Designer is Timmy Turner, and the only thing that makes Timmy Turner good is the Kanye remix. After that, Designer faded into obscurity. He made the XXL freshman list. Haven't heard from him since. Like, seriously. But now, like, we are coming to a point where Lil Nas X saw those mistakes, and he capitalized on his success with Old Town Road and released 7 EP, and I think that, like, he was not just doing what made him famous. He's taking that time to experiment with his sound, which I can give him all the credit in the world for doing, because some of the stuff really is enjoyable, but some of the stuff is just not good. And like Vincent said, it is just a start, so he definitely will be able to find his career footing, but I absolutely have to applaud him for releasing a semi-decent project after Old Town Road that'll allow him to launch a career rather than just fade like a lot of these other rappers did. So I'm honestly probably going to have to give this a 6.
Yeah. I hope he really works with Trent Reznor again in the future.
Trent Reznor sounds like an unlockable skater on Tony Hawk. But like a made up one. Not like a real one.
Okay.